And here's the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 13th of April. It's the birthday of Alan Clark, born on this day in 1928. Alan Clark was a British Conservative Member of Parliament, author and diarist. He was the author of several books on military history, including his controversial work, The Donkeys, which inspired the musical satire, Oh, What a Lovely War. Clark became known for his flamboyance, wit, and irreverence. He was widely known for his passionate and uncompromising support of animal rights, often contrasting with his right-wing political peers. Allen championed issues like banning leg-hold traps and opposing hunting, while supporting protesters at protests and animal-related campaigns. Norman Lamont called him the most politically incorrect, outspoken, iconoclastic, and reckless politician of our times. It's the birthday of Milo Runkle, born on this day in 1984. Milo Runkle is an American author, activist, and the founder of Mercy for Animals, the world's largest farm animal protection and vegan advocacy organization. Milo's journey to become an animal rights activist began when his high school biology teacher, who was also a pig farmer, brought dead piglets to class for a dissection assignment. To the horror of many students, one piglet was still alive. A student who worked on the teacher's farm grabbed the squealing piglet and slammed her headfirst against the floor in a failed attempt to kill her. The incident sent shockwaves through the community. A judge ruled that the student's action was legal because it was standard agricultural practice. Disgusted by this action and the outcome, Runkle decided something had to be done. This wasn't just a case of a city boy shocked by the realities of farming. Runkle was raised on a farm by fourth-generation farmers, so he more than anyone understood the methods involved. Runkle's early activism involved open releases, where under the cover of darkness, he and other activists would liberate farmed animals from their imprisonment. The rescues would be documented to expose the horrible living conditions on the farms. Wanting to do more for animals than he could on an individual level, Runkle started Mercy for Animals when he was just 15 years old. Mercy for Animals investigates farms and campaigns for systemic change in the food industry. Milo Runkle, who said, "It's not just about being against cruelty, it's about being for compassion." The publication of Why Veganism Matters, The Moral Value of Animals by Gary Francione was on this day in 2019. Most people care about animals, but only a tiny fraction are vegan. The rest often think of veganism as an extreme position. They certainly do not believe that they have a moral obligation to become vegan. Gary Francione, the leading and most provocative scholar of animal rights theory and law, demonstrates that veganism is a moral imperative and a matter of justice. He shows that there is a contradiction in thinking that animals matter morally if one is also not vegan. Francione dismantles the conventional wisdom that it is acceptable to use and kill animals as long as we do so humanely. He argues that if animals matter morally, they must have the right not to be used as property. That means that we cannot eat them, wear them, use them, or otherwise treat them as resources or commodities. Why Veganism Matters presents the case for the personhood of non-human animals and for veganism in a clear and accessible way that does not require any philosophical or legal background. This book offers a persuasive and powerful argument for all readers who care about animals but are not sure whether they have a moral obligation to be vegan. And here's a poem for today, April by Sara Teasdale. The roofs are shining from the rain. The sparrows twitter as they fly, and with a windy April grace, the little clouds go by. Yet the backyards are bare and brown, with only one unchanging tree. I could not be so sure of spring, save that it sings in me. April by Sara Teasdale. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with the reminder that veganism is not just about being against cruelty, it's about being for compassion.